Yes, here we are. Crazy to think, man. Season 3, episode 3 of Intel is live and lit, and the season's rolling, man. Been super excited and kind of blessed with the guests so far. Some heavy hitters, and I feel like we're continuing that pace. Timothy Smith, man, well known in the AZCFL from the Arizona Canes, and definitely a familiar face along multiple different teams in the AZCFL, but we'll get to that. But first of all, man, thank you for taking time on this Thursday and coming through to chop it up with me, man.
Appreciate being here.
So, getting to it, man. Obviously, the Canes started off 2-0, which is, I feel like, the intent for every team, right? You want to start off undefeated or continue undefeated like the Rebels.
Absolutely.
Learning from others' mistakes, I feel like, is a way to grow in this world, right?
Gotcha.
So, take us to before, we let the world know kind of who you are for those that don't. Just running right into it, man. The Arizona Canes are the newer team in the AZCFL, right?
Right.
Last year, there was a newer team in the Desert Bucks.
Okay.
They had high expectations, and those expectations were not met. This year, the Canes have high expectations, and so far, you guys are meeting those. What's been the difference so far?
Last year I didn't play with the Bucks. I just practiced with them before season, and then I realized, shout out to my man D Will, but I realized they didn't have enough linemen for me to compete in the whole league. I understand I've been in this league about 3 years now, and I know without any offensive lineman and defensive lineman, you can't run anything. You got the best skilled players, but if you don't have anybody to block for them, and then it's essentially a wrap.
All right, so a little icebreaker there. So let's take them back. Tim, tell us about when you started playing football from Pee Wee to now as a grown man here in the AZCFL.
I've been playing since I was essentially out the womb. My dad, Tim Smith Sr., he played for Green Bay Packers many, many years ago. So I've been playing football my entire life.
I did not know that. News to me.
But, yeah, pretty much I've just been playing ever since and played college ball. I ended up getting hurt. I ended up taking a few years off to just rethink life, recalibrate everything. And then shout out to my man Mally, because he's the one who introduced me to AZCFL in the beginning.
Mally being one of your older brothers, right?
No, Mally is an old teammate. I don't know his last name.
I got you.
His Facebook name is King Mally. So, Mally, if you're in here, shout out. Because of you, all this is even possible.
He was the catalyst.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so for those that do know, Tim is a defensive back. Has that been your kind of career resume in football, or did you start on all sides of the ball?
I played offense. My entire life, I was an offensive player, running back, receiver, and I ruptured my patella getting tackled on like a 45-yard play. And from that moment, I was like, it's a wrap. I'm not playing any more offense. I'm just going to play defense. I know the game, but it was just one of those things where I can control the movement and the tackling on defense, whether on offense. If you make the wrong cut and somebody's coming at you 100 miles per hour, that's all it takes.
So before the show, I was talking about you have two brothers that are on the team with you as well.
Tremaine Smith and Mike Helmer.
Which I think is extremely impressive. Most, relationships with siblings are hard to even get on the same page. These guys are on the same field.
Absolutely.
I think that's really impressive. Shout out to you guys having a solid relationship, brotherhood, and all that.
Shout out to my mom, Michelle Mayer. Without you, of course, any of this is possible.
A very strong woman to raise, a bunch of football players.
Absolutely.
So, tell me about kind of the brotherhood process off the field that has, continued your ability to play with your brothers and even just get along in the mindset of football.
Right. My older brother, he installed that. He was pretty much like our father figure growing up. He's the one who was the catalyst to it all. He was the All American. He led us to playing football. So it was like following his footsteps is the reason why Tremaine and I were able to play. But growing up, when my brother went to college, it was just Tremaine and I. We had to figure it out and focus how to grow up and become our own men. So with that, sports became the way to gain friends and family. In the process of that, then it was just okay. It's time for us to grow up. And with that, the mentality of was like, if you can survive on this football field, you can survive anywhere.
What's the age difference between you and True?
A year apart, a year, 16 months to be exact.
Older or younger?
He's younger than me. Tremaine is my younger brother, and Michaela is 4 years older than me.
Okay, so you're the middle child.
I'm the middle child of five.
Okay, which I imagine balances well on the football field. You got to balance the highs and lows.
Absolutely.
Transitions well to childhood memories of fights and squabbles or whatever. So
Absolutely.
that's awesome, man. Very impressive resume for the AZCFL world. You've been on teams such as the Stampede.
Stampede. I went from the Sergeants to the Stampede, and then the Bucks for a few weeks, and then the Lions last year, and now with the Canes.
Man, so actually jumping on a Zoom call last night with your head coach, Mr. Fisher, about talking about how every player is kind of like a free agent in the AZCFL.
Absolutely.
So what kind of goes on behind the scenes in the recruiting process, so to speak, and how do players really do team up?
I'll be honest. I don't know how everybody else does, but my team, like I got my little brother is very persistent. So like when he gets to like getting on the phone with you, he'll call you 6, 7 times in a day. Like, so what's up? You gonna be at practice Thursday? You sure? What do you need? You need a helmet? You got knee pads?
Yeah, and extended warranty's about to expire.
Absolutely. So my little brother is very persistent. So if say we're trying to get somebody, example, TJ Downs, I'm shouting you out, TJ. For example, we called TJ with 8 of my teammates on a Zoom call on a FaceTime with 8 people. Like, yo, TJ, so you joining us or what? And he was like,
How do you say no to that?
I gotta go to practice.
My Wi-Fi's cutting out. Bye.
Exactly. So it was like one of those things where it's like it's kind of hard for that to be the case for you to turn us down. But other teams, I don't know. They try to base it on who we got, what they did 5, 6 years ago, and things like that. And it works for the younger guys who's never played in this. But since I've been in the league a few years, like I'm looking for certain things, and now I felt like last year we didn't have coaching. And now this year, I specifically wanted to go to a team with coaching. Like the talent I knew we were going to have just because of the base of friends that I have that were going to come with us. It was just we needed the structure. We needed to be able to have somebody we can follow instead of us following each other.
How do you have faith knowing that all that structure is going to be in place with a new team?
You got to buy in. Some teams practice, they started about a month ago. We were at this in June, July.
You guys had preseason games too, right?
We exactly haven't been scored on yet. But
my man can't get me stats because nobody's trying them. I said, hey, send me your stats. He said, what stats? Bagels. I love bagels and donuts. They served them.
Shout out to my defense, my D line, East Greedy, all of you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. It's not even us DBs. It's my front seven.
So speaking of the personnel, something that I think is unique, as we saw, I like to say the amount of teams went on a diet last year, as we went from 17 teams now down to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Some teams kind of scattered, went to other leagues. Some players of those teams have now remained in the league.
Right.
Mainly KP, your quarterback.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal player. I donned him as best quarterback last year.
I donned him as the MVP of the league this year.
2 games in already. You see how, nobody builds around them, and you hear these in other sports. I feel like KP is a good example of that. He's been put into a great place, and now he has a great foundation around him, and you guys are 2-0 because of that reason. Is there any type of, admiration or, you see him kind of being appreciative for this opportunity, knowing where he came from with the Reapers?
I feel like everybody's appreciative of this opportunity. That's what makes us different from the other teams, I would say. Like, it's not even just KP who understands. It's everybody understanding, like, we're not children anymore. We're getting older, and everybody's getting into their primes to where it's like this has to be the year, not next year, not 5 years. We're looking at it as now. So everybody's appreciative to be able to collectively come together, and there's no I guy. Like there's no I didn't get this week, I didn't get this last week. It's like we got the dub. They didn't score. Great game. Like my quarterback to me still hasn't played his best game, and we've put up 58 points in 2 games. So it's like we're still at ground one, still building, and we're the number one team. So we're not doing things bad. It's just our worst critics are ourselves, and the only people who can stop us are ourselves. I feel like.
Fair enough. Definitely, I live for the smoke. It adds, to the drama here in the league. But before week one, you guys had some people, I know not you specifically, but people chirping back and forth, them calling you the Bucks 2.0, and, you guys are going to be another Bucks, the Bucks stop here. I saw some jokes like that. Obviously, you guys changed that narrative quickly. I think we kind of touched on it earlier, but was there any of that feeling of like, hey, we could be these guys?
When everyone says like the Bucks 2.0, like this league, everybody, if you check the roster, there's 5 or 6 players from every single team. So when you sit here and label like a certain team this, it's like, then what about that team? Shouldn't you label them the other half? Because they picked up everyone else.
My man's got fair points. I can't argue that.
But since they took we were the Bucks 2.0. Understand, we were the Bucks 2.0, but we have the coaching. We actually have the structure to where when we come into the office, it's like shut up and listen. Coach is talking. Let's get right because we got to win. The Bucks, the name alone, people stood on, and that wasn't enough. Like in this league, you got to actually come to play. Like you can't just show up like I'm such and such. I did this 2-3 years ago, and now I'm to be feared. Because what I've learned is nowadays they see that as competition. They want to try you early, and then they try, and then you see what happens. But that's different. But it's just honestly, it's just understanding like you got to focus, like as a team. And the Bucks, I feel like it was more so of this is who we are, and us now. It's like every week is we have to prove we're the best team each and every week.
Well, you heard that. Has there been any bumpy roads so far? Any eye guys you had to iron out early on?
No. Again, the
Be honest.
no, honestly, with my team, we had that. The I guys are not on my team. All the I guys, like the captains on my team, I call them the assholes. Like all the assholes are the captains on my team. So if the assholes can fall in line to what the coach is saying, everybody us like it's a trickle down effect. If the worst guys are listening to the coach, then it's like easier for everybody else to be like, well, if he's shutting up right now, and he's usually a dickhead, if he can do it, then it's all right. It's easier.
Yeah.
But when you got the I guy, give me the ball, give me the. It puts a distraction that I don't feel like we have because like we're such a tight knit, like off the field, like we speak, we got group chats when we FaceTime each other 5-6 hours a day. All of our girlfriends can attest to that. Like it's 5:36 a.m. Like, what up? What you doing? Good morning. You going to work? Nice.
That sounds problematic, man.
And that's an everyday thing. So it's not like I see you Thursday and it's the only time we build. Like we are building Monday through Monday. And it's just that's the difference to me between this team and the teams I've been on.
Hey, and that's what I was speaking on about how you guys have full-time lives outside of football too. So not so much on the physical component, but the mental and the effort you guys put in to make this a cohesive unit. So when you guys show up on Saturday, it's just, dress rehearsal.
Absolutely. And don't get it twisted. Like we have our bumps internally where we're out here when we fight with each other, but all families fight. All families fight. It's just do you know how to resolve those issues?
Well, that's a good question, but we're going to take a quick commercial break from our sponsor. When we get back, we'll talk about this week's matchups and your predictions. Stay tuned. And we're back. AZCFL Incel, Episode 3, Timothy Smith, Jesse Burke, Arizona Canes, man. I got to ask, the U, where you guys are not a university.
No, we're not.
So where's the U come from?
The Hurricanes. We actually had to take that from them, and we ran with it. With the Hurricanes, we're here to take over. A storm's coming, and as you can see, my defense is doing its job. My offense is doing its job, and we're here.
I think I was talking to one of your teammates, Phil Ross, about the
Big photon.
2-4 connection, already solid. I was talking to him about you guys could be the umbrellas for making it rain. Unanimous.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the endless options here. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of, options and action, this weekend we got a full slate of football. As like I always say, working backwards, man. Let's start with you guys. Game of the week, man.
That part.
Arizona Canes. Let's don it this way. The new face for the familiar place. The Arizona Canes against the Outlaws, who I imagine some people are sick of hearing of them. Some people love hearing about them because it's the familiarity. But then, like you're saying, you guys add the new face and the kind of new energy. So set the stage for us, man. Saturday night, Legacy Field. What are you guys rocking?
That's a surprise on what we're rocking. I can't give that up. Just know we coming real
Drippy.
real drippy, real something.
Well, I mean, you guys are the home team.
We are the home team for the first time, so we're going to actually throw on some colors. Because last week the coach emphasized he didn't want us wearing any extra colors, even though they only got 2 uniforms. But that's for here or there.
I didn't know about that. I'm not in with the wardrobe malfunctions and dramas.
Apparently, we couldn't wear any colored uniforms last week. Because,
hey, this is intel. Tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the coaches. That's between the coaches. I'm just a player. But to answer your question,
you're the home team.
We're the home team.
If I guess, would you tell me? Or you don't know? Is that what this is? You just don't know?
Let's try. I know already. I know.
Green pants, orange unis.
Close, but no. One and done. That was it. He's
one
done.
And done. That's my popcorn. You know what I'm saying?
That was it.
So obviously, you guys know. Are they going to score points on you like no team has yet?
I'm gonna be humble. Any team could score points, but I'll be honest. My defensive line, the way they're playing, we should get like a collective, if it's possible, like a collective, like if it happens the way I want it to play, like a defensive MVP should go to my entire 7. If that's the case, but honestly, 21-0.
His jersey number, that might just be a little theme for him. But all right, so I already know where your head's at with the game of the week. We can get back to it now that we got the slate up. Game 1, man, kicking it off in the morning. It is the Rebels and the Hawks. As you know, the Rebels started off the first game of the week, or game of the season, losing.
Shout out to Darian Cole. You inspired that one. You inspired that, sir.
Okay.
You inspired it.
Inspiration we live for here on Intel. And
you know how like Alabama has like chalkboard like inspiration, like Nick Saban said last week, this team said this about you.
Oh yeah.
So we had that for like a month of what the Hawks said about us. So it was like, okay.
Yeah. So
the Birds. Sorry.
Darn. So getting back to it, man. The Rebels bounce back the second week against the team you guys are playing this week in the Outlaws.
Absolutely.
They want to see blood this weekend as they're going against the 0-2 Hawks, who received a beating against you guys, and then valiant effort game of the week against the Titans. Man, they definitely bounced back in the second half. Some things got unraveled towards the end of it, but
on a positive, they still get to make the playoffs.
That's the buy-in process. It's 10-week scrimmages. You know what I'm saying? 10 scrimmages.
First 0-10 team to go to the playoffs.
And last year we saw a team that almost went undefeated in the Silverbacks lose the first round of the playoffs. Oh, here it is. What's that?
The Silverbacks weren't real.
They're not the Goldbacks, he's saying.
They weren't real, okay?
They're not real.
They weren't real.
I don't know what that means.
I have a lot of comments about them, but they weren't real. Okay?
Sure.
You played a few good teams, and you didn't play no real teams, actually. You played the bottom half, the Hawks, the Scorpions, and you barely beat those teams that you were supposed to put up 50 on. So, but
that was then.
That was last year.
We're talking about real teams.
We're talking about now.
Back to the Rebels and Hawks.
I got the Rebels winning 35 a donut.
35 a donut, man?
Yeah. Rebels, y'all better not let the Hawks score. Rome
was cooking. I mean, if he's healthy, he was. I'm not convincing him much over here. But from what I saw, Rome, you were doing your thing, very valiant. You know,
We're watching the same games.
I was broadcasting the game, man.
So you actually broadcasted
different
it,
lenses.
and that was against the Hawks.
Yeah,
I mean the Titans.
against the Titans.
Great.
Rome
Great,
has,
great game.
you know,
Good job, Titans. You owe me some money.
yeah, and that also hands off over here with that. But all right, so you got what'd you say, 35-0?
Yes, sir.
Man, Eddie Fluker, who made my blooper reel this week,
that's my dog Fluke.
He said he's hungry and he's gonna get the first two. He's gonna get the kick return for the house for the first one, and he's gonna get 2 pick sixes. So
Fluke, watch your ankles. They do ankle bite for sure. So just stay healthy. I don't want you to do nothing crazy and then a freak dive at your toes. That just happened. I've seen it. If you watch film, they dive at toes. They're not hit an open field tackle.
But Fluke is my dog, man.
That's my guy.
You know what I'm saying? Easily top 5 in the league.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
There's a mutual respect with the DBs here amongst the league, so I do love that brotherhood as well.
Absolutely.
So 35-0. He's got the Rebels over the Hawks. Who talk about drippiness and some. I like their uniforms, man. The green helmets are dope. You know, not everyone could be the secret Canes sauce.
Hey, Robert Blue, you did your thing with them uniforms this year. I'm not mad at you. Now the team, you need to go get some guys where you stay and have them join because the team you got now is not enough.
Hey, anybody can beat anybody. That's what they're playing possum for 10 weeks, and then they come and smack everybody.
You better go get Cam Newton and the Cardinals' offensive line.
All right, so then next up, man, speaking of a hungry team in the Spartans, man, looking solid 2-0. They got Dre, who's on a mission this year to take over the league by storm. They got some dual threat quarterbacks and Scotty. They got big man Jake back there, Jake from State Farm. Who you got? Spartans, Titans, man. Titans coming off a heroic Saturday night win under the lights, feeling themselves a little bit.
Spartans defense isn't real.
What's this, bro? He doesn't.
But hold on.
Okay.
But the Titans only score 6 points. So 28-6.
That's what you're saying?
28-6 Spartans.
And I believe I think Scotty's starting.
28-6 Spartans.
All right. Solid, doubling down on it. And then in the South, Phantoms traveling down to play the Thunder, who I heard haven't gone down there. I did a couple years ago, not at I think it was Rosita High School or something.
Mm-hmm.
But this year it's at Keno Sports Complex, and apparently the crowd's live. And
yeah, Dre was saying that. He said that the crowd is actually live up there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Depending on what Phantoms teams travel, like if they go out there with everybody, I got them winning 21-13. But if not, the Thunder might take this one 14-13.
That's really fair because also, if you noticed last year, the Phantoms don't play well at night. They play really well during the day. I don't know if it's like they have more guys show up or more guys work at night or whatever.
Too many guys ready to get drunk at night. That's why.
Hey, you know the players more than I do, man. I just see what goes on between the lines. So what's the score? You said
if the Phantoms go down there full team 21-13. If they do not, they will lose 14-13.
14-13. Is there anybody on the Thunder that stand out? I feel like we gotta give them more love, man. Players gotta travel down there. They gotta travel more so up to us. I know Coach Higdon.
Warren
Higdon. That's
there you
it.
go. Warren Higdon. There you go.
There you go.
Shall
I see you, Coach.
Shout out to the Thunder. I personally don't know not too much anything about Tucson other than they're 0-2 right now. So they're in the same boat with the Hawks and everybody. So they got to get it together as well. This is the AZCFL, and you would think because they're in Tucson, there's no other team right now.
The Demons got
like
faulted.
everybody should join one team and get the best players out there. But I don't know.
That's what they thought in Little Giants, man. They thought everyone should join the Cowboys, but they had other visions, bro.
Sometimes the Rugrats win, though.
I feel like I'm with you, man. All right, so let's go down the line again. You got obviously you guys winning.
Mm-hmm.
You got Phantom, if depending on who shows up.
Absolutely.
You got Spartans by a lot.
By a lot. I got the Spartans by a lot, Rebels by a lot. I got Phantoms if they all show up.
So that's the only dice roll is the Phantom's Thunder.
Because the Thunder aren't punks. I've watched their games. They're not gonna just lay down. They're actually decent. It's just I don't feel like they actually have a complete team to compete with those teams.
Mm. Well,
And if that's not the case, we'll be out there next week. You guys can show me otherwise.
you guys travel to Tucson next week?
2 weeks.
Or
Sorry.
2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Can you tell me the uniforms what you'll wear then?
Send me a text. We don't know. We talk about this the day of. Well, a few days before.
Yeah, see, that's the truth. He doesn't even know. But with that, man, we'll take another quick commercial break from our sponsor. When we get back, super excited, gonna get your popcorn ready and find out some real things about how you feel about the fellow members of the AZCFL. Stay tuned. And we're back. AZCFL Intel, Episode 3, Season 3. Jesse Burke, Timothy Smith, DB, Arizona Canes.
Yes, sir.
The U, for you already know what the record is, 2-0. Super excited for this new segment, man. Something I've rolled out.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready, man. You know what I'm saying? We do that for, for people. We call it the Ray King clause. He tells me he puts typos in red zone on purpose. So
Hey, let's not give that man any light like this on this.
Hey, it's my show. I decide.
Okay, whatever.
Ray King, you're a nice gentleman. I understand the disputes beyond that, but that's not me or there.
No, he's a good guy.
He's a great guy. He's a king.
It's just you
I love his name.
You're giving that man clout right now, and he's eating this up right now, bro.
Does me good. We got people tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Argue amongst yourselves. But more importantly, we'll give you clout right now. And we're going to put the attention back on my man, Timothy. We know he doesn't like the limelight to be anywhere else. So we back, Mr. Timothy. Welcome to my favorite segment. Get your prop cron ready, man. I don't know if you've been tapping in, but the rules are my man Tim has to answer 3 out of multiple questions in here. It's been piling up. I've dug these questions deep from Red Zone, from some of the petty slander I've seen on Petty Sunday, and just some from, eye emojis and whatever you guys go back and forth on your socials. So the rules are you got to answer 3. If you don't like one, you could pass it, but you only get one pass. First question.
Who complains the most out of all the players I play with?
Who complains the most?
Probably myself. If that's fair.
That's not fair. I don't have judges in the room. So we're going to result back to my discretion, and that's not an acceptable answer. I appreciate the accountability and the humbleness. Though.
Well, then we going next question because I can't throw.
Oh, already?
We don't listen. We plead a fifth around here.
Already?
Teammates under the bus now.
Bro, all right. Well, now
if any of these questions involve snitching on a teammate, then.
Well, he's got now his back's against the wall. So let's see how he plays this island with your heels on the goal line, bro.
The level of play has gotten better or worse since semi-pro.
Shouts to D-Will. This was a question specifically.
I just saw this. The level of play. I don't want to say the competition has gotten worse because there are definitely studs who can definitely play beyond this. I feel like it has become more of a Hollywood kind of ordeal to where it's like you got to join up and team up with your friends in order to have fun. And it's like, I want to do that, but I want to win at the end of the day. So, like, I want to go somewhere where it's like, okay, you got this, you got that, you got this. Okay, we can all come together and become something. Not my buddy's going to go play there, so I'm going to go play there with him. It's a bunch of buddy ball going on, and nobody wants to be coached. Everyone feels like they got it together. Like, everyone feels like they already made it. It's like, if you made it, we wouldn't be in semi-pro, to be honest, unless you're, like, 38, retired, and you got your life already ahead of you. But it's a lot of non-coachable people, and it's a lot of people who aren't willing to be coached, and a lot of me guys in the process. So it's just a bad combination of that. But it's been this way forever. Like I've been watching semi-pro for about 10 years of my life, and it's the same thing. You get your good guys, you get your bad guys, you get the guys who click up, then you get your dynasty teams. But it's all the same. It's gotten softer, but maybe that's because of the rules have changed from when you guys were in your prime. But I don't know. Maybe that's what the case is. Maybe it's just the rules have changed a little bit, so it's just everything is watered down a little more. It's more about it's a highlight reel. It's a Hollywood show. Like everyone has to be pretty in order to be great. There's no more gritty and grimy.
Do you think that has something to do with just the talent has increased, so because of that, the work ethic has declined?
That as well, and social media has killed it as well. Social media, like I saw somebody say earlier, because nowadays your team could get blown out and you could still post a highlight, and that's just crazy to me. Like I grew up like boy, I don't even want to watch the game for the year. Like when we lost last year in the semifinals, I never watched the semifinals until about 2 weeks ago. It's just because like me, I'm my worst critic, and I just hated watching me lose. So for me to post, for when I see people post their highlights on blowouts, it's like, bro, you're in it for the wrong things. Like you're in it for morale. Like I'm in it to win.
Do you ever catch yourself meeting people at the handshake line that want to tell you about something that they could have done, but it didn't go down in the game? And it sounds like you stick it to whatever goes within the scoreboard and what goes on within the game. Uh, Already this season, I've seen guys talk about that they could beat somebody one on one, and catch me in the parking lot, and these type of things. That it's like that's removed from actual football, though.
Yeah,
Have you caught any type of conversations like that?
unfortunately, that does happen in this sport because it's built based on testosterone. Like everybody's just ego, 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 ego. So that does happen, but I feel like all that can be solved during the game. Like apparently, if you feel that like way, you didn't get it out across in the game. Like I'm from like if I got an issue, we can solve this during this game now. Like everything after the game, then it means something. But if we're taking it to the parking lot, it really meant something. It's more than just football. Football wasn't spoke on for it to get taken to the parking lot. Like my mom had to get involved or somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not football at that point. If it's getting brought to the parking lot, then it wasn't football. But everything else in football is beautiful. It's a beautiful sport. You get to be violent for 5 seconds, stop for 30, to be violent again for 5 seconds. You can't do that in no sport.
I mean, hockey's pretty violent.
Hockey, besides hockey and rugby, shout out to those two. You could get real gully in both of those for sure.
Fencing's wild. They be stabbing people.
Yeah, but
Nah,
you got mask and suit.
that's a real me sport. Talk about my
Yeah,
team let me down. It's like, bro, it's you.
That's exactly.
All right, cool. That's a good one, man. I agree, man. I feel like there's been this evolution of like examination on the one player when football requires all the 11 guys to make that one player shine, right?
And you can be as good as you want, but if you do not have an offensive line, none of this matters.
Saquon Barkley is perfect example.
Great guy, but he's going to continue to get hurt.
And he's one season away from using the B word. Bust. Second question. And I'm a Giants fan too, so you know it's real.
Would you rather be a better bench warmer for a championship team or a difference maker on a bad team? I'm trying to win. So shoot, put it like this: if we were in the NFL right now, and you weren't starting or playing, but your team wanted a championship, that wouldn't make a difference. Because next year, then you can go to a different team. You got a ship now, rather than being this great player and get 0-10 out there like Robert Blue. You got a few pretty good players. But I'm sure they don't want to be on that team anymore after this season. No offense to you, but it's just 0-10. Nobody wants to be a part of that.
So what about situations like Jimmy Garoppolo got a ring on the bench behind Brady?
And now look at him. He got his bag. He got signed to a big contract the next year. Why? Because when you sit behind champions, it actually increases your stock just by default.
But it can't be used as like that ring is something like on his resume as like a quarterback, right?
Robert Ory got 7 rings. Do you think he goes to sleep at night like, damn, I didn't do that much? Or he's like, I'm one of the reasons why we got 7.
Yeah, I'm with that. Ring sing. I'm all about that, man. Eli had 2 of them. They killed him all his life.
Don't talk about Eli, man. I'm a Patriots fan until I die.
Oh, see? I love it.
Still got it.
I love it. All right, man. Third and final one. Get your popcorn ready.
Let's get a good one, man.
I think he's been good, bro. giving me some good intel. I appreciate that.
If you could have any offensive, defensive player in the league that's not on your team, who would it be? Mm. If it's not any of my guys, my man Fluke or Two or T Mac, which are all on the same time, all on the same team for some reason.
How come you didn't join them, bro? Well, that been the scary hours.
Love.
Coach Love.
Shout out to my man Coach Love.
Rest in peace.
That's the reason why I never took place, to say the least. Like him going away just didn't feel like I was going to Coach Love anymore. I felt like I was going to that team, and it wasn't the same. And like those are my guys. Like I said, T Mac, Two, Fluke. Those are actually my guys. It's just that was one thing. If I wasn't going back to Sergeants 2.0. Sorry.
I heard that. What did Tassi say? He said the South Phoenix
Running Rebels.
Yeah, no, but it was the South Phoenix Running Sergeants, and then he said the Desert Outlaws or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So that was funny. I give him that. So we did bypass it. That's my mistake. We're gonna get to it now. Some of your resume, as we saw on the intro. Take us to some of the film you sent me, man, because you're a dog in this league, man. I've come out to the practices. I've heard the name. I've seen the film. Obviously it speaks for itself. But tell me what we got here. This
is against my man Hutch right here. In an open field tackle right there, I kind of stuck him a little bit. You know what I mean? Got up and let him know I'm here.
Rocking number 3. Take me through your jersey numbers, too. You've had them all.
3 is my high school number. 21 is my high school number. It just goes back into, like, whatever feels right. Like, I've never been a big on numbers. It just has to fit. Like, if somebody like my brother took number 5 this year, and I was going to get 5, but once they told me it was going to be my little brother who's taking 5, I was like, okay, easy.
I mean, you got a 21 chain. I feel like you care about numbers, though.
This has just been my number for a while, though. 21 is my number. Deion Sanders.
Sean Taylor.
It's been a few of them rocking 21.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. 21's a good one. So, yeah, this was the game. The first time you guys played the Spartans.
First time we played the Spartans.
Trey had 4 interceptions that game on a broken hand. My guy Trey tapping in. Get right, man.
Yeah, shout out to Trey. He's a good player, but I'm not gonna allow somebody's injury to be an excuse in the game, because if you're injured, you wouldn't be playing.
Is that what this image is, man? Real quick. Going the one you sent me earlier. I believe it's under still.
After him, and he's
like, Swagzilla though. He's the hand warmer, bro. The white on white. Spartans got the clean. You guys, that was the battle of the swag, bro. You guys had the nice uniforms. They had the nice uniforms.
The hand warmer in 80-degree weather.
It gets windy down there.
Okay.
I don't know. I just call it as I see it, man. I think it looks swaggy. But hey, you guys got the dub in that game. You guys got the P for Petty, and Trey, he's built for it. So. We had to let that one rock. Next up, bro, I think there's another clip from this game where, objectively you did the right thing, but then subjectively there were some arguments on after the play. Not this one, but this one is solid. This one I think the phone was ringing at the house and you had to, pick it up.
I had to pick it up. Call God one time.
Yeah, they said, hey, we got 6 points for you at the crib. And you say, yeah, that's light. And then this is something from this year, I believe, right?
This is against the Hawks.
Which take them back. He said. This was pass interference, man. Was it?
It wasn't called.
So it was a moral pass interference.
It wasn't called, but to my defense, it was directly right behind the referee in his blind spot, so he never fully saw the push. He just saw Buddy fall. And if the stat line says I scored.
You can't review. What was it? You review pass interference. We can't really do that.
Penalties. No, you cannot.
Yeah. So what's that like, man? You get the interception, it's like 6 automatically. Do you hit a second gear? Like, that's my favorite play in football, the pick six.
Pick six is mine as well. It's mine as well. And honestly, once catching it, I look to my left because the person to my right isn't going to make the play. So I look to my left to see. And when I caught it, the referee took off. And I was thinking he was on their team. And I'm like, damn, how did he get to the sideline already? So once I realized it was the referee, it was pretty much to the crib. Because the lineman wasn't going to be able to catch me.
And then third and final one, I believe, was to seal the deal on that game against the Spartans. It was a goal line stand, I believe, right? It was 4th and 3rd and goal? Or?
It was 4th and goal at the one with about 30 seconds left in the game.
Do we have that one? Let's see. Try film 3. Well, I don't think we have it, which is unfortunate because I think you did send it to me. But I'll lay it up on the socials afterwards. The world saw it.
It's all good.
It's in the past. We talk about this. We talk about now, man. Live in the now.
We're talking about now. We're
talking
about 2022.
You still can't tell me what the uniforms are this weekend, bro.
High C.
High C? All orange. I got it. It's all orange. We go in High C. Nectar Cooler is all green. Oh. See, now, somebody on the Canes, tell me what you guys are rocking, bro.
We have practice right now.
Nobody on the Canes is listening. Oh, man, this is really the quiet hours.
Absolutely. My team's going to watch this after.
I'm excited, though, man. You look good. You play good. And, the results will follow. So,
Absolutely.
Super excited for this weekend as we have game of the week, Arizona Canes versus the Phoenix Outlaws. We'll take one last commercial break, and then when we get back, we'll tap in with the audience, kind of see what they're saying. Tune in. Yeah. And we're back. AZCFL Intel, Episode 3, Season 3. Timothy Smith, DB, AZ Canes, the U, for Super excited, man. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Appreciate that being
here. Coming through on a Thursday night. As I say, you guys have full-time jobs, full-time lives outside of football. To chop it up with me, even before the show, is impressive. And to, come out and shake it up with me, very appreciative. So with that, also very blessed and thankful for those that tune in, tap in, starting to get some love on the field for some players that, excuse me, but I don't know their names yet, but they know me. They're showing love. Hey, I watched the show. The popcorn segment's great. So thanks again to all of you guys. We'll make it a space to get you guys on the show and, get you guys involved somehow. But for those tapping in, let's see kind of what they're saying in the comments, man.
Hey, Tassi, I've seen that. I'll take that bet.
What did he say?
I don't know. He said Dre scoring against me. I'll take that bet, sir.
Let's see. Dre calling.
And Dre's my guy. Shout out to Dre. That's actually my dog.
Okay. Robert Blue said we didn't run to other leagues or else we'd be good. Hey, sometimes there's valor in that and valiant efforts in that. The fact that, you rather earn your way up instead of going to another league where it may be kind of like, roll over.
Again, Rob, I'm sorry. I'm not knocking you and what you got going on because that's admirable. But I'm 30-some odd years old, and I'm a realist, and I want to win now. And what you got going on, maybe 4, 5, 10 years from now, you might have something going. It's just until just the uniforms are good, and it's not gonna.
What if he offered you like a $1 million signing bonus to go with the Hawks?
What? I'm bringing. Listen, Rob. Listen.
Hey, he's got it, bro. What's up?
I'm bringing the entire Canes team and coaching staff.
$1 million signing bonus.
I'm bringing everybody. I'm bringing everybody. My team's gonna split 500. I'll take 500, and then we be good.
Ronnie Sanders, good question. You playing this week?
Yeah,
He's playing this week. It's Smith Island.
I'll play this week if the Rebels win by 50.
You guys got a double team Dre?
Hell no. I'm playing. Listen, I already told Dre. This is a conversation him and I had. There will be an island for you, sir, to surf, and I'm bringing suntan and lawn chairs for you, and we're gonna bury you out there, sir.
And it's a night game. Or when you guys play, when's it?
We play week 6. I don't know exact time.
Well, it's going to be surfing session regardless,
It's
right?
gonna be. I'm gonna teach him some lessons out there. That's my dog, but I'm gonna have to black mask one time for him.
Raph says
like practice.
Raph said he'll get more tackles than you in a game.
Who, Raph?
Yeah.
Raph, you play defensive lineman, okay? I play DB, and listen, the difference between me and you get tried, sir. They actually try to run through your game like, hey, Raph is on the line. Let's try to run. They be like, let's go that way on pass plays. It's a difference, sir. You did good. How about this? I'll have more tackles for losses on the year than you, and you play line and I play DB.
Ray King would give you the hands. We we're lovers over here, not fighters. Justin Palmer, or what do you say? Let's see. He said, shake my head. He said he's just doing his part. 4 field goals. Oh, yeah, who's your kicker? You guys got a nice kicker?
Luke, excuse me. Jake's my DB. Luke is my kicker.
Jake Reed, ballhawk, bro. Dog. The dude wakes up with an interception before he brushes his teeth. It's crazy.
Jake is my guy. Shout out to my dog, Jake Reed. He holds it down out there for sure. For sure.
Let's see. Thunder 7-6. Let's see. No, Tassi, I'm not drunk. I don't even drink. I don't get it, man. Tassi wants to be part of this league. He's got to understand that it's like we support. You know what I'm saying? It's a big up. We don't break down. But, you know what I'm saying? He's new to this media thing. It's kind of my field. You know what I'm saying? This football is different. It's different. I do this. You know what I'm saying? But, all right, let's see. Let's see. The Birds team.
Yeah. Until y'all get a dub, you guys are the Birds.
They have the Bird Gang or whatever.
We went and duck hunted on weekend, so let's become Seahawks again.
First 0-10 team
to be in the playoffs.
Was there any players that did stand out last weekend, or some players that are, I guess, popping up that?
Linebacker from the Phantom, number 8 or number 9. I forgot Buddy's name. Dog, respect. He been killing every time I watched him play. He showed me he can actually play some football. There's a few of us that can play, but he's one of those where I was like, all right, bro can actually get down. He could come on my team. He the only dude I seen hit stick my teammate, and I actually was like, good hit. Like, never in my life I'm supposed to do that. But he banged one of my teammates out last year, and then I told him good hit. So he's pretty good. Like I said, the Rebels DBs, when they want to come play, they're pretty good. When they actually want to come to play, my man T-Mac always shows up. My team, my front 7, always. My twin brother, Tremaine Smith, always kills it. My DBs, TJ, Cody, Haven, they all show up. So if I was looking at anybody, the Canes defense.
Any players underperforming so far this year?
I just want to know who's the Outlaws quarterback.
Abdul.
Okay.
Not Renz, which, hey, Renz went on to another league. He's out here getting stadiums chanting his names and stuff.
I mean,
those jokes about, the Rebels not putting up a lot of points because of him, kind of quiet.
They didn't. He led the league in interceptions and touchdowns. So when you have numbers like Brett Favre, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I feel like the letters are important. They went undefeated last year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They were undefeated. This is why each week the teams are going to give them their best shot because of that.
Cool, man. All right, we got some time, man. Learn a little bit more personal stuff about you. Breaking it open. You got a favorite food, bro?
I love seafood, like shrimp, crabs, salmon, Cajun brawl, girls and whatnot.
Are you from Arizona? Where are you from
I'm
originally?
from Boston, Massachusetts. I grew up.
East Coast.
Absolutely,
So he knows seafood. That's why you know seafood.
absolutely. I know real seafood,
Yeah.
so I know when it came from the ocean and when I know it came from a farm.
Yeah, or a plane.
Exactly.
What you on sushi? You like sushi?
I eat sushi. I'm not the biggest fan of all sushi, but I do eat sushi. I do.
You got top 3 favorite movies?
Uh, we're gonna go Lion King,
The newest one or the OG?
the OG.
Thank you.
OG.
You never know with these kids, you know?
It's true. Very true. Very true. We'll probably go one of the Avengers movies. I can watch those before the game.
Oh, like Ant-Man?
Like in game. No, like in game. No, not
I
like
know,
Marvel
that's what
movie, but
Oh, like the actual
actual
Super Bowl
Avengers,
movie. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And The Notebook.
That was a curveball.
That's it. You want to see a movie that you want to see real love? Watch The Notebook.
Is that The Notebook? That's the one with Ryan Gosling?
Absolutely. Yes, it is.
Me acting like I don't know what
Come
that
on
is.
now.
Come on, I've
Exactly.
seen The
Like you
Notebook. Come
like you
on.
haven't seen the movie about
Come
20
on.
times.
Like
You've
I ain't
seen
got it on
Exactly.
DVD
Exactly.
and all my
But
streamings.
yes,
Come
yes.
on. Yeah, Notebook's there too.
You want to see real love? Watch The
Yeah.
Notebook.
Come on, man.
That's real.
That's the rain scene. What do you want? I
What
know.
are you
Come on, bro.
fronting for the camera?
I do this. All right, man. And then speaking of celebrities, man, you got a celebrity crush, bro? Any celebrities crushing on you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I had a few growing up, but my most recent that I had to get rid of
Rihanna.
it was Rihanna. Keeping it a G with you. Once I saw her and then she got pregnant. I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm only playing, but nah, Rihanna for sure. She was definitely out there for me, and then she got pregnant, so it's like can't be drooling over somebody's pregnant chick now.
No.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah, you're not Russell Wilson in Future and none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Future.
Russell Wilson to the Broncos.
I don't want to talk about that. Either.
He loves playing in cold weather, man.
That's a touchy subject right now because I got some friends back home that are like Seattle fans, and they're pretty hurt about this right now. Okay. I got a shorty back home. She probably hurt about this right now. Like, damn. She probably look in the mirror like, shoot, Russell Wilson is in.
Yeah, but the Patriots could get what's his name? Deshaun. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. That'd make me a Patriots fan again. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been a Tom Brady fan, so like I've been riding with the Bucks.
But now that's off,
but
right?
now I'm like, dang, do I really got to go back home to the Patriots?
So,
but yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, speaking of bringing it back home, man, AZCFL game of the week, man. Set the stage again one more time. You guys, Outlaws. We don't know what colors we're
Outlaws. Rocking. We know we know that we're playing against the Outlaws. We don't know who's going to be at quarterback. Heard they had some issues over the last 48 hours, but so no excuses going into the game. And every game we have to play to perform because anytime we can get beat. So we're not going in overlooking the Outlaws, but I just on like physically watching film on them, I don't feel like they have enough to play against us.
Did you watch any of the film when they played in Dallas Stadium?
Oh, I was the first one to post the film. I was the first one to have the film because I knew two dudes who actually played against the Outlaws. They told me they were playing against the Outlaws. So I had the huddle 3-4 weeks when the Outlaws was trying to sue everybody for having the film.
He lawyered up, bro. He got on top of that.
Oh yeah. My man Johnny already set it up for me. So y'all can't come at me.
He clean, bro. His hands off. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thanks again for you coming in through.
Yes, sir.
This episode of Intel, man. I'm super excited for the game.
Me too.
They got me on the field reporting, so I'll be in your faces, finding out, the emotions live in there.
That'll be live for sure.
Other than that, man, you got other, some good wishes for your teammates. Any, I know you're not a superstitious guy, right? You're gonna wake up a certain side of the bed, none of that stuff.
I believe in Jesus, so I'll just pray.
Fair enough.
That's it.
He's
all the superstition is out luck and all that. I believe in being humbled, not karma. So whatever happened to happen. I'm not gonna do anything different than I would normally. We know not to overlook anybody because on any given day we can be beat and then we'll be the laughing stock, which everybody in Arizona for some reason wants to do that to us for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like they're just waiting for us to lose the Bucks 2.0. They're just waiting, and it's okay, but don't hold your breath. you may drown.
Whoa. Because he said there's a hurricane coming.
Don't let that fall over your head. You
You
feel
know what I'm saying?
Don't let it go over
With
your
that
head.
being said, I'm Jesse Burke. He's Timothy Smith. This is AZCFL Incel, Season 3, Episode 3. This weekend, we got a full slate of football. So stay tuned for CMX Productions as we got a full slate of shows as well. Once again, thank you, and catch you next week.